Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Once you're done watching the video for the Andy Goldsworthy's movie River and Tides and you've completed your worksheet and turned that in, you are next going to be going to Google Classroom, scrolling down and clicking on the Andy Goldsworthy artist statement. This artist statement is similar to other artist statements that you've written before. You're going to be typing and writing in the front page or first page here. Scrolling down, you'll see all the criteria for it. It's going to be a little bit different than a traditional artist statement, but you should see a lot of similarities. So be sure to include all the following items that are right here and follow that criteria. You're going to be choosing one of these artworks here. Some of these are from the video. Some of these are not from the video. Once you've selected one of these works, you're going to click on it and drag it up to the top and place it in your document so you can reference that as you work. You can also enlarge it as well. Once you've selected your work, you're going to be using the following resources to answer the following questions and follow this guide here. There's 3 sections. The first section focuses on the basic information about the artwork and the artist. Specifically talk about Andy Goldsworthy by answering these questions so you can understand the background information about him and his work. You're also going to be describing what you see, and that's specifically tied to the project or the artwork itself. Discuss the elements of the work, which include line, color, space, light, and shape. Describe the use of line. Describe the use of light. Make note of the shape and how it's used in the work. That might take a paragraph or two to complete everything under the describing the work section. Next, the second section is analyze. When you're analyzing, you want to discuss how the work uses the principles of composition. You'll be talking about balance, contrast, movement, and proportion. So read through those, look at the different questions that they ask, and use that as a guide as you answer the questions reflecting on your specific artwork. You want to also identify points of focus in the work and look for themes in the work. After watching the video, you should know the general themes for Andy Goldsworthy, so you can definitely apply that to the artwork here, but look a little bit more closely and specifically at the individual work to kind of develop some new additional information. Final section, the third section is the interpretation of the work. When you're interpreting your work for the third section, you want to try to identify the purpose of the work. Again, after watching the video, you might understand a little bit more about that. So hopefully that helps. You're going to describe your own reaction to the work. So this is when you start putting your opinion into this. It's okay if you like it or don't like it, but please explain why in detail. You want to back up your interpretation with examples and, again, additional resources and explanations. And be sure to describe what you think, describe whether you think the work is successful or not using specific criteria as well. Once you're done explaining your work and summarizing your work, you are going to be making sure that you call this document rename it your first and last name up here, and then you're going to go into Google Classroom, click View Assignment, and submit that as well. When you're working on this artist statement, you can definitely use the resources here or find additional resources on the internet. Enjoy.